and welcome back to Across the Line. My name is Beth. I'm here with Alex and Ollie, and today we're going to be talking about a Canada Grand Prix and what a Grand Prix it was.
Great weekend, loved it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my god, of course.
yeah. Of course, the Mercedes driver loves it, but
Hey, this was our best result all year. Why wouldn't I like it?
yeah. Well, no, I'd argue it's your best result since Spain last year, which was your last double podium.
Oh, okay. That
But
hurt a bit, but fair enough.
is it true? I don't know.
It's definitely been one of the best weekend in a while.
Yeah.
Let's just say
I
that.
mean,
Were
obviously,
you?
I mean, throughout the year, as you know, I have been hassling you with facts in terms of
Yeah.
points per race and everything like that, averages, whatever. So they have averaged 12 points per race before Canada,
Yeah.
and then they've come home with a third and fourth,
So,
which
yeah, it's
is
probably close
27
to-
points,
Yeah.
which is double what they got on average every other race weekend. So there is progress. There is progress.
There is. I've got to say, we actually look promising this weekend. I mean, Lewis seemed a bit frustrated with the result, and of course, I mean, Russell was leading for a fair chunk of it. It could have gone. It could have been better in the, for example, I don't know, Verstappen touches the wheel on the grass late. Russell goes past. Lewis has blinding pace on the mediums or hards or whatever he ended on.
Yep.
So it could have ended anyway.
Were you upset that it was George on podium and not Lewis, or are you just happy that it was a Mercedes on podium?
A little bit, but a podium's a podium at the end of the day for Merc. Not really fussy.
But actually, what I wanted to talk because in between race weekends, well, actually, at the end of Monaco race weekend, Lewis Hamilton made some accusations about Mercedes. Which
Did he?
have you not seen that? Actually, well, you have to try. You probably haven't seen this.
No.
He's very subtly hinted that Mercedes are purposely giving him a worse car than Russell.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Regardless
isn't that like?
if they are or aren't.
But
Also, didn't he like ask for George to get the upgrades in
Yeah,
Monaco himself?
he got the upgrades first, but apparently they had both had the upgrades. And
No, George got the upgrades first.
no, yeah, but I'm saying when they both had the upgrades afterwards. This is when Hamilton's
Right.
saying, you know, I don't expect to beat George Russell in any quali this season.
Oh no, I had heard that actually.
Yeah.
Well,
do
I
know
guess if you've got drivers staying for the next year, you kind of want to favour them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Lewis has done so much for the team, but you got to plan for the future. There's no point of like giving the driver that's going to be leaving you the best bits so that they know what they can potentially bring to a competitor.
True.
Although this weekend he did say that it was his fault. He said it was like the worst race he's had in a long time. So
Yeah.
Which
I think he just knew that he had pace on those tyres, and he could have done better with what he had available. He just didn't.
yeah. When he said it was like one of his worst drives of his career, that kind of sort of made me blink twice and go P4.
you came fourth.
His best result of the year so far. I wouldn't call it his worst
Yeah.
race in his career, but
No,
yeah.
of course not. But he's obviously keeping himself to a standard.
Yes,
He's obviously
yeah.
thinking this car is better, I'm better, and down to personal performance, he's obviously thinking first or second was definitely on the cards.
Yeah. Definitely possible for a Mercedes double podium. God, it feels weird to say now.
I know.
But no, here we are. Mercedes finally hit the podium, so we now have 4 teams who've had their sort of shine on the whichever step of the podium.
Whilst we're speaking about Mercedes, they bought some upgrades
Yeah.
this week. I tried to see. All I could see is their front wing. They've changed their front wing, and that probably explains the pace.
The
I
front.
think they've
I will.
upgraded some other things as
I
well.
will hold my hands up and say the front wing is pure genius. You see, it's,
Oh, yeah,
it's the way the top flaps sort of curl and move as they're changing into high speed corners and low speed corners. It is just a stroke of genius.
Yeah. It's also like it's almost like its own fourth little element as well, because you're only allowed like 3 levels,
Yes.
and I mean it kind of acts as a fourth as well. So it bends the rules so much
Yes.
so that it's questionable but legal.
Yeah, which I always love when teams do. It's great when they always find a loophole in the rules and exploit it. It's great. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
But another thing, besides Mercedes' glory, let's talk about Haas in the first 7 laps.
Oh my
Look
god,
at
Kevin
it.
Magnussen, what an icon!
Oh, that was brilliant to watch. That was brilliant. A stroke of genius from Haas over there.
Well, I'd say I would happily say it's a stroke of genius, but they flopped it with the pit stops.
Yes.
Which
Yes,
took
they did.
it went so high to possibly the lowest point for any team in the race.
I was gonna say, what was it? An 8-second pit stop? They
Yep.
just needed it to be not even fast, not even like a 2-second, just like 3 would have been fine.
And then personally, I thought
They
maybe the
used
pit
5
stops
minutes.
was maybe a lap or two too late as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was brilliant to watch Kevin Magnussen overtake McLaren's,
Yeah.
the
Mercedes.
Aston Martins and Mercedes. I think a Ferrari.
Yeah,
like
it
it
was
was it was amazing. It felt like a dream.
Kevin Magnussen, world champion, is all I'm saying.
Okay, okay. We'll watch out for
But then
that.
also
Wow.
you had Hulkenberg as well.
Yeah.
He was on wets for years too long. It was drying up. He could have gone from basically full wets to
Right.
dries. than
Yeah.
What he should have
I'm
done.
not taking anything on, because the worst call of the race, we all know who that was.
Yes, we do know that. Yeah, that's fair.
Ferrari shamble
I don't know
strategy.
What were they
Come on.
thinking? Yes. I mean, okay. I mean, risk it for a biscuit, put them on hard, hope the track dries out. But it wasn't. They all knew rain was coming, so I don't.
It was very tap decision. I don't know. It was just the Ferraris were not good the entirety of the weekend. They were just.
Well, yeah. Well,
So-
no,
so-
that's not true. For
Sorry, where did they
FP1,
qualify?
hang about.
Sorry,
Oh,
when
sorry,
were they good?
FP1. FP1. My bad.
Oh come
My
on, the
bad.
practices
Hold my
mean
hands up.
nothing.
Collie was naff, and then Charlie
Race
had
was even
engine
worse.
problems. Of course he did, because why wouldn't he? And Carlos just spun
Sucked.
out.
Yeah.
So fantastic
See,
there.
going back to quality, I remember my step-by-step thought process. Right, end of Q1, I thought, damn, Ferrari might overtake Red Bull this weekend in constructors, because Perez was out. And then end of Q2,
That
oh
was
my God,
good.
we're going to extend our lead,
Yes.
which
One
we
thing
ended up
I don't
doing.
understand is Red Bull. Why have you signed Perez on for?
I
another 2
don't
years?
know. I don't. I'm wearing my
Can
Perez
I-
t-shirt now, and I don't
Can
know.
I? Basically, this was just a suggestion that I heard. I can't remember where I heard it. That perhaps, because you know there's a lot of talk about like what's happening with Carlos and all these other things. Maybe I heard someone say that maybe they signed Checo just to like bring it all back to them. And honestly, girl boss move. I mean,
Well,
but
they,
no, what Checo?
they said it's for stability. I say it's for money.
Yeah,
Because
he's
it's
bringing in a
because
lot of
money.
sponsors.
for merchandise, Checo sells. I think it's the majority. I can't remember the exact percentage. I remember it's
Yeah.
more than 50. It's the majority.
Oh, big up Checo.
And then also gets loads of Latin America sponsors. He gets loads of followings all through like Latin America whenever we go there. And okay, but he sucks. Logan Sargent has out qualified in what was it?
Oh no, not this
Speaking-
stat. I hate this stat. No,
What was it?
no.
You
He's,
can't-
it's Alex
Oh.
Albon has never been out qualified by Sargent. However, Perez has
Yes.
been out qualified by
Yes.
Sargent 6
Yes.
times.
Yes, that's it.
Oh my! So
That's a
I think got
stat
into
and a
Q2.
half.
So woo! I mean, we got to celebrate the little things with Logan, but
Yeah, fair point.
Q2, both Williams in Q2, and then both Ferraris out in Q2. So it's really high and low for me in qualifying.
It was
Fair
great.
Also, Daniel Ricciardo in 5th,
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good from him.
which
this
which
weekend.
was great because I don't know if you heard, you probably have what Jack Villeneuve was saying about
Of
Daniel
course.
Ricciardo. It was like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's true.
Man had.
Yeah, he wasn't
um,
wrong.
It's true. He's not wrong.
Can I just say he's allowed to have his opinions, but I think the way he said it was a bit like, oh my god, okay. And then Daniel bit back and qualified 5th. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, looking back, in his time in the sort of Red Bull partner team, he's done well in Mexico. That was a good race for him. Miami Sprint
Mhm.
and Canada. That's it. The
Yeah.
consistency
Well, he's-
is
the
really,
thing is,
really bad.
I was listening to a podcast earlier, and it was brought up a good point. It was like, so one of the questions he said was like, why is Daniel in F1 still? And he was posing it like, oh, how can you possibly still have a seat? But the pundits like flipped it around and was like, well, why is Daniel in F1? Like he's got stable finance, he enjoys the sport. Why wouldn't you stay in F1 if you've got the ability to have a seat? If someone's going to give you that opportunity, why wouldn't you take it?
Oh yeah.
Of course. I mean, he's got his.
From
Go on.
Yeah, from his perspective, yeah, if you could do it, do it. It's just personally, I think there's a lot of better options.
There is.
I mean,
However, the time when you were trying to get him, you had Nick De Vries, who, to get to F1, had done really well. But once he got there, he choked, like, horrifically. I think they were just kind of expecting him, because, he jumped in the Williams and did Monza, got P8 there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think Alpha Racing Bulls were expecting, oh yeah, we'll just do that. But then he couldn't. So he needed somebody who was reliable, could get the points, do what he needed to, kind of raise Yuki up and be a better version of him. And to be fair, Ricciardo fits those boxes. I mean, he's got a good history behind him. He's got a few race wins. He's got a few pole positions. He was known as a dive bomb king for a few years. I mean, who else should you choose? And I mean, Lawson at that point was not tried and tested, but I guess now he is. The question will be what can he do for the rest of the season?
If people think that Daniel Ricciardo is still driving because he's aiming to get back in that Red Bull seat, do you think this like Checo extension is gonna affect him? Do you think he's gonna continue driving for Alpine?
I don't ever
I think
see
he has
Ricciardo.
the hunger for it.
Yeah, I don't think Ricciardo is ever getting back in that Red Bull.
No.
It belongs. If anything, it belongs to Yuki Tsunoda. And
I'd like to see that
although,
happen in a few years.
I wanted Sainz in that seat, right? And I really wanted.
So did I.
I really wanted. Hang on, what? You wanted Sainz in the Red Bull?
Well, think about it. It's the best for his career. Come on.
Yes, but it's just.
He would be amazing at Red Bull.
Yeah, but it's. I just never thought I'd hear Beth say she wants her favourite driver to go to Red Bull. That's all.
Listen, if my favourite driver gets a seat, I don't care where. Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as he's driving.
I mean, you'll see him next year. He'll be driving the safety car.
Nah, he's gonna be in that Williams seat, mate.
He is gonna be in that Williams.
So.
Before we get on to the massive amounts of driver silly season seats for next year, because there's loads to talk about, can we just go back to FP1 because Jack Doohan was driving. F2 driver, he was driving for Alpine, he was driving instead of Ocon. Ocon is a big person to talk about as well, but he only got a couple of laps, which is kind of sad. But Jack Doohan was there, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon he could be in pole position for that Alpine seat as well. I mean, he's done fair enough. He was a rookie last year in F2, if I remember rightly.
Yep, yes, he was. No, he's done 2 seasons of F2, but he was third in the championship last year. He was a strong contender.
Okay. Yeah, so he was doing fairly well. I mean, who won it last year? Theo Porcher, who is supposedly God's gift and is pegged for any seat that comes his way.
Oh yeah.
But who's I mean, he's done well. I reckon he'll get that seat because everybody hates Ocon at the moment.
Hear me out. Alpine.
Ooh.
Schumacher and Doohan.
I
Where's
want
Gasly
Schumacher
going?
in so bad.
Where's Gasly going?
I don't know. And I want him to find a seat because I love him. But also, just Schumacher and Doohan, I think, would be.
I want Schumacher back, man.
It would make sense for Schumacher because he drives for Alpine's endurance team.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean,
also,
he's on the cards for the replacement. They've said he's on the cards for it.
Yes.
So who knows?
Yeah, I don't think it would be a bad decision.
Also, with practice, it was wet, so there was lots of spinning. Zhao had I think Zhao caused 2 red flags. But more importantly, quali, the pace of the Mercedes. Oh my goodness, George Russell on pole. Second in his career, and Max getting the exact same time as George, which I don't think's happened since like 1997 or something like that.
I was going to say the last time I know about that was Jacques Villeneuve, Schumacher, and who was the other one?
It was
Ralph Schumacher.
I think it was 2 Schumachers.
Yeah, and it was Villeneuve.
Yeah, but can I just say?
I mean, that was years ago.
Would Russell have got that pole if he didn't get the slipstream from Albon?
Who cares? He did.
Well, good answer.
Doesn't matter how he did it.
But
Yeah, no, he should really be hugging Albon because that slipstream probably gave him maybe a tenth along the main straight.
yeah,
So-
I reckon to be fair, he did need it. He it was a good lap, and I reckon he has absolutely like slapped Max Verstappen. He was not expecting that, and I don't think anybody was
Oh,
really, to be fair.
the pose when he got
I
out
was
of the
gonna
car.
say, yes,
He's
that was
so
brilliant.
iconic.
Great. I hope he does that for his race wins, for everything now. I hope that is his thing now.
That's gonna be brilliant.
That'll be
Brilliant.
Because
That.
it
He's
actually
stuck
goes
with
kind
it
of
for the rest
hard.
of his life.
It goes hard in race gear. It does go hard.
I guess it does, yeah. Just maybe not him doing the intro. It didn't kind of work.
No,
as well.
that was a meme.
But no.
Unfortunately, he did not convert it. I mean, this was like a good race. It felt like an actual competition for first, which is
I was gonna
great.
say,
I love when there's that.
This is so far my favourite race of the year.
It was
It just had so
intense.
much going on. I mean, it went from wet to dry. People were making mistakes. You just kind of had to keep it on the road, which means you're a good driver anyway. And then passes as well. I mean, it was really, really good fun.
It was. I think I will agree for the race of the year so far. Also, overtake of the year. Albon's double overtake.
Oh, what a move!
Oh,
What
what
a
a
Alex Albon.
move!
Alex Albon.
That was.
As you say, that
perfect.
was biblical.
Yeah,
Biblical. Part in
yeah.
the Red Sea there.
That was perfect. It was
Yeah.
gorgeous, right?
Although
was.
it didn't end up going well for Alex because he ended up in a wall.
Because
Um,
one of your drivers
He
screwed him over.
rewinded.
That's
yes,
why.
I was
I
gonna say,
know. I was
yes.
getting there. So there were 5 DNFs in this race.
Yep.
Both
Yeah.
Ferraris. Just going from such a high in Monaco to this, I can't. Guys, you don't understand. Like because I was watching the Grand. You have to picture this. I was in Florence, and I was like, we are getting to a pub. I don't care. We are watching this Grand Prix because I had such this gut feeling. I was like, it was a gut feeling, and I said to my brother, I was like, if I miss Charles's win at Monaco, I'll never forgive myself. So we have to watch this Grand Prix, and it was in like an American themed pub, so there were so many Americans, and
Nice.
they all like audibly gasped when Checo went out, and I was like, is this how people like watch F1 like audibly?
That's how I watch it on my
What,
sofa.
did you just
That's
just
how
sit
I
there and
watch
just go,
it.
Anyway, so my point was going from that high and being surrounded like by everyone, and everyone was like clapping, even though I didn't understand a word of it because it was all dubbed in Italian and I had no idea what was going on. And then to this week where we
See,
Just
I
so
don't
much
understand
went
your
wrong.
current pain, but next year when Lewis drives for Ferrari, I feel like I'm going to have a fat dose of like Ferrari-itis. That's what I'm going to call it.
And
now,
I'm just
like-
gonna,
And
I'm just
then-
gonna, I'm just gonna stay here. I think. Just
you're
chill out.
vibing, you're whatever.
I'm so.
And then we had-
so vibing.
Alex
dull.
Albon out because there was a slight collision with Carlos Sainz. Logan Sargent, bless, ended up in a wall.
Yes.
That-
Sorry,
I said-
no surprises.
I was watching it with a mate, and I turned to him and I said, "That is the defining moment where Logan Sargent gets sacked. That right there."
I
is
think
where he
I
gets
don't
sacked.
think he'll make it to the second half of the season. To be perfectly honest, I reckon they're
Really?
doing Nick de
Ooh.
Vries to him because
Who was the other person to go
Vowles
out?
is just like not having any of it anymore.
No, like
they
for the
said
two-
he was
two-
going to back him.
Yeah. 2 races
I
ago,
think-
said he had
no.
full backing. Now it's literally
He
saying
I
doesn't.
think-
we're after Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
But I think logistically, if they're out for Carlos Sainz, they're not going to sign somebody in halfway through. I think Logan will get to the end of the season, and they'll just like ride it out with Logan, because if they're going for Carlos, like
Yeah, but
there's
think
no
about
point
it.
signing someone
They're-
this season.
So far this entire year, they've gone through 3 chassis. They're running out of money, and Logan Sargent is not the person that's likely to keep it on track. And they're just it's just going to become so much more expensive because he'll damage the car. He'll be a logistical nightmare, unreliable, and in the end, depending on how big Carlos Sainz's contract is, yeah, Logan Sargent crashing into a wall could like be a big factor in like paying him.
I would say that is the defining moment where he has officially lost. I'm not saying he's going to lose it. I said
I
he's
think-
lost his F1 seat.
I think we knew that. I think unfortunately Logan knows that. I think everyone just sort of there's this like unspoken thing when everyone's like, yeah. It's a sort of Logan's
Yeah,
last
it's not
couple
great,
of
yeah.
races, and I wanted Logan to do so well, and I really hope he goes to IndyCar, and I hope he shines, and I hope he does amazingly.
I think
But
it's IndyCar
whilst-
would be a massive fan favourite.
Exactly. So I want him to do, and I want him to do well. But whilst we're on the topic of people going into the walls and spending money, Checo Perez.
Yes. Oh, did you see the post that I sent to you on one of the group chats? Will Buxton was saying this is Crashgate
Yes.
2.0.
Oh yeah.
This
yeah.
was amazing. I was reading it with like the most intent I've read anything. And to be fair, when he brings it up, I know Will Buxton is inherently quite stupid and is like states the flipping obvious, but this was
I don't
like
know, Will
well
Buxton's
put
grown on
together.
me.
I mean, it made sense. It did favour Max Verstappen, and it did kind of, I don't know. I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah. With Checo's crash, first of all, he got a penalty post race
Yes,
I
3-place
think
penalty and a fine.
because he was effectively driving dangerously.
Yeah.
Also, again, sorry, I can't remember where I heard this, but I have heard this. Apparently, if Red Bull get much more damage that cause financial issues, they won't be able to afford the upgrades.
Yeah,
of the cost cap.
this was a massive thing as well in Monaco. I mean, they estimated. I think this was. Don't know where this is from either, but estimated damage in Monaco was around about £2.5 million.
No, it was closer to 3. It was closer to 3.
Okay, close to 3 then, fine. But it means they are just digging a massive hole in their research and development money
Shut
and
up.
time and
up.
effort and whatever. So I mean, basically, even
Shut
though
up.
you spent so much on your
Shut up.
catering budget a few years
Shut
back,
up.
you just kind of screwed
Shut
yourself
up.
anyway.
Shut up!
So
And then to
this is fine.
re-sign Checo, like
Shut up.
it just all felt a bit like odd timing. It was a
And
bit
you're
like
using Adrian Newey.
oh.
This is going to be brilliant next year.
Shut
Come
up.
on, Ferrari. Come on, Mercedes. Come on,
Shut
McLaren.
up!
Okay. Also, speaking. Let's jump to Racing Bulls because I have some things about Racing Bulls. Obviously, Danny 5th place, brilliant qualifying, yippee. Finished in 8th
Yep,
place.
Mhm.
Did Yuki just missed out on points because he spun
No,
at the
he's
end? I think
14th.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say just
Yeah.
missed out.
Oh, sorry. For some reason I thought it was 11th. What was my point? So Danny also got a penalty for he got 5. What was it? 5 second? 5. No,
10.
that's Ocon.
I thought it was
Excuse
10
me.
for a
10. 10-second penalty for a false start.
Which was
I mean,
bullshit,
okay.
by the way. That was
Yeah.
so odd. Because, I mean, what was it? Where did Norris jump start? Was it Jeddah? I think it was Jeddah.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I forgot
that
about
was
that.
so
that was
obvious. He jumped, he moved, everybody's like, yeah, slam dunk penalty. This, Ricardo, unless it's the reaction times, then what the hell? Because he looks like it's just a genuine start.
Yeah,
It's just
but
not good.
that really annoyed me because Danny had a good position, but they didn't even start very well. So like, I don't know.
It must be said, the Racing Bulls' ability to start the Grand Prix, both Yuki and Ricardo, this isn't favouritism to either, both of them are quite poor in terms of race starts.
Yeah.
They always
Yeah.
tend
It's
to lose
not- and-
positions.
Yeah.
Um,
So he didn't exactly gain an advantage.
because I'm pretty sure,
But-
by the end of it, Yuki, at the race start, Yuki was knocked out of the points, P11, I think that might have been what you thought of, and Daniel Ricciardo
Yes,
dropped to
probably.
9th, 10th. Like they were pretty much out of contention, and somehow they managed to claw their way back in with one driver.
But they did say, I think I heard them say to Daniel that you are allowed to fight Yuki.
Oh yeah.
So bit of healthy competition, unlike some other people on the
I was gonna
grid.
say, did you hear the They didn't broadcast it, but did you hear the Esteban Ocon radio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. All over the
I was gonna say,
Esty, man.
Go on any the Alpine fans. I know, right? They exist, right? Alpine fans are roasting their team because of what they did. Fair enough. It's basically a civil war there right now.
Oh,
I'm
it
here
is.
for it.
It's intense.
I'm here for it.
oh, I'm looking forward to it. I reckon that this will like boil over like, I don't know, Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. It'd be worse than that.
Especially when I have Alpine double DNF. I can't wait.
Oh, that
Oh,
is
I-
guaranteed this year.
That's pretty much guaranteed now. I can't
Well,
lie.
I had the I got it in Monaco. I got the collision double points if it was Ocon and Gasly. So I was teammate collision. That was great for me on my bingo card.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
But Ocon is a big talking point at the minute with the race himself. Obviously, there were team orders towards Ocon. It was move out the way so Gasly can catch up on Ricciardo, and he never caught up on Ricciardo, and they didn't give Ocon the place back. And so Ocon after the race was like, He effectively said like, I did what the team wanted, but to what avail? Like, I'm being too nice, which sort of gave the vibe of he's not going to do it next time, and he's going to take it into his own hands, which is.
Can I just say, it took
Yeah.
him 3 laps to complete the order, giving Gasly obviously so much less time to do it, to try and attempt to even catch up to Ricciardo. He's narrowing his window down, so I think maybe there was only 2-3 laps left to go. So of course he's not going to be able to catch up to him at that point. Then so he holds him up. Then he says, "Oh, I'm being too nice. I'm too nice. I've always followed team orders." Shut up, right? You purposely waited 3 laps to hold back, and it's childish, right? And he's burning bridges so
Yeah.
quick there that not a single person
And
in
I
the team will
reckon-
like him by the end of the year.
No, and he's also influencing his potential, his image.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, no team is going to want him based off of this. I mean, he ruined his reputation at what was Racing Point at the time.
Yeah.
He's ruining his time with Alpine. It seems like he burns bridges wherever he damn well goes, Esteban Ocon.
Exactly.
It only
yeah,
it takes a
because
few years, but Jesus, yeah.
It was confirmed that Ocon is in fact leaving Alpine. Apparently, it was mutual. So that's the statement that we were
I'm
given,
not
that it was
buying
a
that.
mutual
How
agreement.
many
I'm not
times have
buying
Alpine
the
said it's
slightest.
mutual that someone's leaving us?
I was listening to a podcast again today, and they said that they think Ocon's seat is basically guaranteed for next year. And I strongly disagree. I really don't think that Ocon's seat is guaranteed because there are so
I
many
don't think
other
anything.
good potentials.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, they reckon, what was it? Behrman's gonna get that Haas seat.
Haas.
So that's one of the Haas seats taken. I don't think Kevin
Big
Magnussen will stay.
talk. No, big talk on Kimi Antonelli going to Mercedes.
Yeah, I think Toto
He's
is just
he's
kind
just
of.
not. He's just like, yeah. They said he's the main interest. Fair enough, but he's just not performing that well in F2. I can't lie.
I
I
personally
don't
like.
know. I think Mercedes are being ambitious. They
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
It's
They want to go
it's a
for the
very
young
ambitious
gun.
move. Fair enough.
I love Kimi and I want him to do well, but I'm a bit like, oh god, are they? Is it too soon?
Yeah, that's me. It might
Yeah.
be slightly too early. No fault of
'Cause
anyone.
he's only
it's
just
one of
turned
those-
18.
Yeah. It's just a time thing.
But and obviously James Bowser's literally almost on his hands and knees begging Carlos. He's like, please. Honestly, same. Me too, James Bowser. So, what other options are there for Ocon?
At the
Safety
moment,
car.
the only thing I can see is steak, Haas. Yeah, steak and Haas, really.
Right. If Ocon is Behrman's teammate, he will
Yeah.
ruin Behrman's career. He will drive him insane. He will retire. Right? Because no,
I can see that.
I feel so. If Behrman ends up being his teammate, I feel so bad for the lad.
Well, who'd you rather have, him or Kevin Magnussen?
Magnussen.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, right. How many times this year alone has Kevin Magnussen really, actually played the team game? Not Ocon
Most
saying,
Also-
times.
"Oh, I've played the team game," but hasn't. How many times has he actually
No, okay.
done it?
Yeah, fair few times.
The thing is with Kevin Magnussen, also Kevin, especially after I can't remember what race it was, when he got his penalties, he was like, "Yep, fair enough.
Exactly.
I deserved those penalties," which I think is quite rare in this sport. Apparently, apparently Ocon's a really nice person and he's really kind, but as soon as that visor goes down, like that guy is just like
Yeah.
someone
Yeah,
else.
but think of it, either of them are just like not a mentor kind of character. I mean,
No.
they're both okay. Kevin Magnussen is quite old, but quite bad. Ocon is not as old and average to
But the
pretty
thing
bad.
is, if we're saying Behrman's going to Haas, like Haas have tried the two rookies at once with Marzipan and Schumacher, and well, we all know
Marzipan?
how that went. So like,
Marzipan.
Marzipan?
That's something you
Ye-
put on cakes.
Yes, thank you guys. You know who I meant. I just call him Nikita, 'cause you know who I mean.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fun.
But how do you pronounce it? Mazepin.
Mazepin.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mazepin.
Anyway, so who would you do 2 rookies at Haas again, or who would you put
No.
in for?
No, God.
They've tried it. They've tried it, which to their credit didn't go off. And I mean, why wouldn't you? They were going into a new era of F1. Said, "Fuck it, we'll go for it." Didn't pay off, and then they now know, not do it. We'll put a rookie with an experienced vet, and I think, as much as I dislike Kevin Magnussen, he would be a good fit and
Yeah.
good.
You don't like
good-
Kevin Magnussen?
No, just a personal thing. I just don't like his driving style.
Okay. Got personal vendetta against Kevin Magnussen.
Hey, it's not my It's not like my personal. Oh, sorry, Ollie's personal
It's-
vendetta.
Yeah,
is
to say against
Stroll.
Lance Stroll.
Yeah, exactly. Right, that. Right,
That is
don't get me
personal. That is
started.
deep.
Don't get me started.
That is ingrained.
It's fine. I've got nothing to. I've got nothing to mention. Like, fair play. He had a good race weekend. He scored points for the first
His
time,
home
mind
race.
you.
I forgot it was
as
his
home
home
race.
race until someone
Yeah.
brought it up.
First time in Q3. What a surprise. He's usually that bad. So fair play. He's had a decent race week.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? What has either of their contracts, as in Stroll or Alonso, have either of their contracts been confirmed yet?
Well, Alonso's
Yes,
staying.
Alonso
he's
has.
staying till 2026. Stroll is
And
staying
then-
until 2099.
We never know with Stroll. It's an it's a rolling contract. It seems it's like year on year, and Daddy kind of says, "Oh, you can stay."
Why is
That's
he
basically how it
British?
goes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just coming. Well, he's
I don't
posh,
think it's
isn't
like
he?
that. I think it's like you are staying with the team. I don't even know if Stroll has a choice at this point. The man seems like he's fallen out of love with F1, but his dad is.
Yeah,
like,
what should we ask Stroll how he
Your
feels
dad
about
is a
this?
businessman. He'd want to make money, and as much as it's like, I don't know, the football coach's son, and you kind of just have to play him. But like, come on, he's not great. You own the company, so it's not like it's not like he's a paid driver. So why would you pick him?
Because of his son.
To us, you didn't have to do the whole explanation. You just have to ask, why did you pick him? And you
Okay,
know,
yeah.
no one will be able to answer that
Because
question.
didn't he do well in previous like F2? Wasn't he quite good?
Yeah, F3, he was actually really good. And he skipped F2. That was the whole point. He was one of the few drivers
He
in
went
history
oh,
that
okay, he went
skipped
straight.
F2.
Did he?
He did, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let's have a look. Careers
Please be right.
8.
Please be right. Please be right. Please be right. Please be right. Please,
They were
Oh, it
embarrassing
only has his
around now.
F1 career. Let me find it real quick.
please. Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I can't. I don't know where he came.
No,
with
you
champ-
are right. You are right.
Yes.
He goes straight from F3 in 2015, 2016,
Yep.
and jumps to Williams in 2017. Which, to be fair, he didn't do too bad.
No, he was winning races, and so fair play to him.
Huh? What? I'm just reading this
Did he?
right now. Reportedly, Stroll's father paid £80 million to Williams prior his F1
Yeah,
his son's F1 debut.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Criminal.
They paid him?
Well, but the thing
Surely?
is, that's happening
Basically,
more
yeah.
and more. That's happening more and more, which is a shame to see. But yeah,
Yes, but at
F1
least
is a sport
hopefully,
for British people. Sorry, guys.
yeah.
he's
But
Canadian.
hopefully the next two drivers will be not paid drivers, because Kimi Antonelli, he's not a paid driver. He has done really well in his F3, F4, whatever. Behrman, he's done bits.
Behrman's done bits.
Well, he's done alright. I mean, he proved himself in a Ferrari. Don't
Done
get me wrong.
alright. He
He should've
debuted
been-
at 18, mate. He's only a couple months younger than you. Older than you. I don't know when you were born.
If you say older, I feel less bad about my current situation. How I'm sat in a uni at Carmos, he's seeing the world driving a really fast
Yeah,
car.
no,
he's 3
he's,
months older than me.
Yeah.
Ollie's older than him.
Shut
So-
up. Shut up.
So then you've got Lawson as well, who is, I don't know if he's a paid driver or not, but his abilities. I mean, he knocked out Max Verstappen in Singapore last year. He deserves it.
Yeah, Lawson's top of it's Behrman and Lawson, top of my list for the people I want to see.
Yeah.
Me
At
too.
start of
Kimi's on
23,
there
it was
too.
Drogovic, but Drogovic has kind of fallen. He's sort of faded away now.
Could we?
Yeah.
No, hear me
I
out.
was
Could we see
convinced-
Drogovic getting that second Aston seat?
Well,
No.
I was convinced at the start of the season, me and Ollie were chatting about it, we thought that he would be making an appearance this season. Because we were like, oh, Lancey Stroll, he's not doing very well. But, been proven wrong.
The season last season proves Stroll can not get a single. He can perform so badly, and he's still going to be kept in. I've said it. I never expected him to be on par with Fernando Alonso, right?
No,
But it's
that is an impossible challenge.
Alonso getting 8 podiums. Was it 200 points? No, was it 300 points? It was a lot of points. He ended up fourth in the championship, right?
Yeah,
Stroll not even getting one podium. His best
yeah,
result was, I believe, Bahrain when he had broken hands.
yeah,
So yeah, it's tapped.
yeah, yeah. But it won't happen. So anyway,
So
but no.
I think before we get on to maybe one of the obvious points, the 2026 regs, just another thing I want to talk about is Lando. So Lando was how am I going to phrase this? A lot of people were chatting about like, did Lando have the opportunity to win this race? And then obviously the safety car happened and pitted him late. He missed the thing.
The
Is
safety
that
car
what
came
happened?
out as he was entering, or as he was going around the wall of
Yep.
champions. It was just really
Yep.
bad timing. I mean, it looked like he had the pace at one stage, because I mean he blitzed past Russell, he blitzed past to Verstappen. He was on for, he could have won, but it was just unlucky. I mean, it worked out favourably for him in Miami, and I guess this is just kind of karma coming back at him for it. So I guess, yeah,
I think
it is
now
what
they've
it is.
got a taste of winning that they just don't want to let it go. I'm trying to
Mm.
find the official regs because I don't know who's posted them because I only have very brief notes on them. But if anyone knows more about the regs, please go ahead.
Well, no,
Well,
it's
the 2026 regs are, oh
Yeah.
Christ,
yeah,
criminal.
yeah. I think
There are
I
the
think I said to AV, right. I sent him the photo of what the car looks like. Hang on, I'll find the text and I'll quote it, right. Um, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the next era of Formula One. If you don't hear from me, it's because I'm watching World Endurance Championship or Indy when it's 2026.
So what is it? You've got for the 2026, you've got the X and Z modes,
Yes.
which
Uh,
look shite.
it's push to pass in Super Formula, right? That's what it is
Yeah,
as well. Like DRS is gone.
yeah. Active Aero is nowadays.
Yeah.
Um, they're 10 centimeters narrower, 15 centimeters shorter.
It,
They got narrower 18-inch wheels. Fuck knows how that works. The engines are simpler. There's going to be way more electrical power, which is the only actual bonus.
well, yeah, I'd say
Um,
the smaller cars is a bonus, just not a big enough bonus.
mhm.
Like okay, well done. You've shortened it by what was it, 1 centimeter, something like
A
that.
10.
Yeah. Um, so it's not much of an improvement. And they look
Although
like they belong in
this
IndyCar. The cars.
Yeah, I
the
was going to say, but
sustainability.
some people. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
I was just saying it says new hybrid engines powered by 100% sustainable fuel from 2026.
Yeah,
That's
because they're
positive.
all trying to go for their 2030 carbon neutral. But no, there was. I understand the IndyCar comparison, but then somebody was also comparing them to the 2005 cars, which I mean, if it's
Yeah.
anything to go on 2005, then I'm down for it. I mean, but loads of teams. Sorry, was it the FIA and I mean Stefano Domenicali was like, oh yeah, we've come up with all these ideas, great. But then all the teams were like, you did not consult us one bit, and there were two teams I think still threatening to leave the sport.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are, and I don't
No.
know if there is a report out about who they are.
It's probably one of the
But
bigger teams because to be able to say we're threatening leaving it, my guess would be Ferrari and Red Bull. To be honest, like they're the only two names that those two and Mercedes or McLaren. Those four teams
yeah,
are only the
fair
really ones that
point.
can say we're if change it or we're gone.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's 2024 now. You're not allowed to start making changes. Oh, sorry, making research and development into 2026 cars until next year anyway. So I guess they still have what 7 months to fix or sorry change what they need to. So
Yeah, it'll
Can I
it'll,
just
it'll
ask
change.
for those of us in the room who not very mechanically head brain STEM related. So obviously there's no DRS next
Yes.
year, which is kind of sucks. They've changed it to these what was it?
active arrow.
Zone.
So yeah, I suppose the simplest way to explain it is push to pass mode in Super Formula, right? Where
Right.
um, they are allowed a certain usage of extra electrical power, right? Extra horsepower, they go faster. It's basically the same effect as DRS. However, they choose when to use it at what part of the track. It's not like DRS where it's only on a straight and stuff like that.
Right. So
Um,
what's it with zones? What's different and different? Is that what it is? X, Z, what was
Yeah,
it?
so I don't know which way around it is, but one of them, the flaps. So it's, as Ollie said, it's not like a DRS zone. You can
Yeah.
use it. You can use it on a straight here. You can use it on a straight there. That wouldn't necessarily have it. But the rear wing does open in stages, and the front wing also opens in stages.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So
Fine.
it's
Just no DRS.
Similar to DRS,
It'll take me a
just
while to
not
get my
with the
head over it.
location
Yeah.
kind of thing.
not with
See.
location. It's not purely the
Yeah.
rear wing. And
Oh,
stuff like that.
wait, I found something. It says drivers can switch to X mode on straights for low downforce configuration to maximise top speed.
Yeah.
And Z mode will alter
Oh,
front
yeah.
and rear wings for drivers to enjoy greater cornering speed. Oh, so one's for straights and one's for corners. Is that
Yes.
right?
I think
Yeah.
Hamilton was complaining about them because he said he had a friend test it out on a simulator, and they're
Yeah.
slow.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Good.
did say they reckoned that these cars would be slower than F2.
Well, isn't the whole point of it to like, what's the word? Like, bring the field closer together. They want more competition. Is that what they're trying to aim
yeah,
for?
they do. And I mean, looking at the regulations here, I mean, the horsepower doesn't change. The ICE is not any difference. It's still V6 1.6 liter. The only massive difference is the electrical power, which has tripled in power output. So I mean, I don't see why it should be slower, but I don't understand enough of
Yeah, I don't.
the car
okay,
to.
Yeah, it's only been released for a few weeks, and bear in mind we still have 2 years till it's actually happening. In that 2 years,
Exactly.
they're going to iron out creases. They're going to make big changes. You know, it's very much still
Yeah.
up in the air.
It's
I
down to
imagine.
each designer's like personal view as well. I mean, if the regs come out and they're really kind of shit, then it's down to the engineers to find the loopholes, make sure that the cars do what they want. Because I mean, DAS came about, party modes existed. I mean, they all got banned, but it was an engineer that was like, yeah, we can bend the rules, and it did work for a few races.
Yeah.
So
So that'll
Cool.
be interesting to see what happens with that one.
Yeah.
I think now also, just like Monaco, we did last week with myself and AV, I have done a flyer lap around the wonderful track. Right, it's an amazing track. Only this time it's not on F122, it's on F124 because I made the.
I've heard some bad things about that game.
Don't get me started. No, it's okay. It's all right. It's not obviously it's a downgrade, but it'll
Okay.
do. It'll do. However, I've done another lap around it, and also included a few mistakes I made along the way. So yeah, I think if we'll play that, hopefully you enjoy and laugh at my mistakes. Come on! Hurry up! Yes! Yes, it's home stretch. Come on! Yes! A 10-3. Where does that put me on the leaderboard? Officially. Come on. Come on! Top 7, 8,000. I'll take that. And I'll tell you what. No way in hell AV beats that. Because you know why? I'm better than him. Oh. Go, 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 go! Don't mess up the wall of champion. Ah! You're joking me. Come on, man. Why am I making stupid mistakes like that now? Great. That was my lap around Canada. First time actually driving in Canada on F124. So
It was not a half bad lap at all, mate. That was
It was decent.
very, very good, actually.
okay,
How many
he's
takes
giving
did
me
that
a
take you?
compliment on F1. He's
How
giving me a
many-
compliment on
How many
racing.
times?
That was
How
my
many times did that take you to get out there, Ollie?
that was my 6th lap, with a lot of restart laps.
Fair enough.
But Avi, when are you getting F124? When's 2-player career mode coming back?
When I get back from uni, which is next week.
Oh my god, yeah, you're still at uni.
I know.
We could
I
drive.
know.
We
Like,
could drive
everyone I
for
know's
steak.
finished.
Oh no.
Alfa Romeo coming back, boys. We're coming back.
No. No, I reckon we do
Right.
the Cash App.
Oh yeah. You want to do cash
RB.
up,
I reckon we do
Let's-
RB.
If we are ready to wrap up, let's whip out the bingo cards because the last 2 races have been a godsend for my bingo sheet.
Same with
2,
me.
3,
So,
4.
We
I've
we
no idea
did.
who we
I did have to do some refereeing on Beth's card though.
did you?
I-
Oh.
I
Okay.
I asked.
Yeah. So she sent me a. I'll put this in the edit. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
put this in the video. But she sent me a photo of like one of the
Marmite.
oh what are they called?
Little-
Let me just find it. Groundhogs.
They're
One of
not
the
called
groundhogs on
Oh,
tracks.
oh yeah. That was
An
like
animal
under
on
the
track.
wall, wasn't it?
No, he's practically on the flipping racing line here.
Oh,
He's
is
almost
he?
at the
Oh,
curb.
okay, fair. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough then. Then that's a tick.
Yeah, so he is. Yeah, it does count.
Yes. So since we last saw each other, obviously I got the home race win, double points for Charles and Monaco. Thank you very much. That was amazing. I got obviously Animal Track. Thank you, AV. Appreciate the point. Wet weather race and teammates collide. Double points of Ocon and Gasly and 5 plus cars DNF in 1 race. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 since I've last seen you.
Okay.
Damn.
Since we've been, I've had Norris win.
Oh, I had that as well, but that was Miami. So
Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, sorry. No, we didn't speak in Miami.
was I?
No,
I don't think you did.
Did-
no, you didn't.
I think that's
Miami was the first
episode
one you
you
missed
weren't
out.
Oh my god, Miami was the one I missed out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got Norris
So
as well.
Norris win. Pole for 3 teams. 3 different teams win.
Of course, I
Ferrari-
missed out on Norris
Ferrari
and Charles
shambles
winning. Sorry.
strategy.
Yeah,
Checo out in Q2. That one hurt.
I got check out in Q1, but that was a while ago. Sorry, gang.
Team principal on the radio.
Nice. Who was that?
Toto telling George to focus, and then he messed it up.
Yeah, I thought it,
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was Dodo.
We we use wet tires.
Yeah.
Thank you, Haskars. I need to go back and count the red flags because I got 5 red flags like in a race. I don't think we've had 5, but I need to just double check that and just go.
So
through
how many
Um,
points have you got at the minute?
I would say where is it? 5 red flags. It just says 5 red flags, so I would say total throughout the entire year.
I wrote it because I couldn't fit it in the box. I was just thinking during the race.
5 red flags during a race is never gonna happen. You'll never get that.
No, not like in one race, as in like I only count it a red flag during a race. So there's 5.
Oh, during a right. Okay.
Sorry,
Ah,
not
right,
not
okay.
in one race.
Okay.
I've got double red flag for a race.
Because
but I
you
haven't
always
got
get
that.
red flags in practice sessions and stuff like that, so it just would be an easy tick.
Okay.
So I'm on
Yeah,
how many points are you on?
fine.
How
I'm
many have
on
you got?
13.
13. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I'm on 14.
Ah!
So it's
Ooh.
really come
I
down to
am-
the wire now.
I've got a couple of close ones because I've got 3 plus half DNFs. I need 1 more has to DNF, and I've got that on because they've DNF twice.
Right.
And I've
But
got
Ollie,
5
I don't
plus.
know. Sorry, go on.
I've got 5 plus Red Bull 1-2s, and they've got 3. So if you could just Checo could just perform well, that'd be great.
Don't get any more this year.
However, I'm just saying, Ollie, you do have 5 in a row or in a column.
I do.
I don't know what Beth's looking like.
I do. Mine
I've
is
got
actually
4 in a row.
bingo. I don't know. I've got it here. It'll be on screen, but I've got it like.
Ollie's technically got a bingo, but we said how many points by the end of the thing. But Ollie has got bingo.
How many ticked off we got?
I've got 2 lines of 4.
Yeah.
I
got a line of 4.
All the ones I've got,
5.
yeah. The last ones I've got to tick off are all really hard, like to tick off.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
The hardest ones is like weekend Grand Slam. There's been 3 times where it nearly happened, but missed.
I think my hardest ones. I mean, delayed race start and double red flag. I still have hope for, especially with Spa coming up. But my Logan Sargent gets a point.
Nope.
Not sure how likely that's looking anymore. And the top 5 from last year do not start. So if Checo or Max could just
Albon top 7.
ruin their car.
I don't think
that's unlikely.
Yeah. Ollie buys a new 2024 hat.
Have you done that yet?
No. I say it's unlikely because have you seen the prices of the new hats?
No, how much are they?
There is no way that you're not gonna go. I really want one.
I nearly did.
Should I?
I nearly bought a steak hat a few days ago, but I didn't.
There you go. I reckon you'll buy the
Visa
RB though.
Yeah. Well, it's not out, right? It's not on their store yet. Driver fight, which is probably not going to happen unless it's Ocon.
It might. It's more likely than you think. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I have Ocon multiple penalties in one race, so I'm feeling that one. That one's coming up. I can feel it.
But it'll get good because we're now practically tied.
Yes. I'm back in the game, guys. I was getting slaughtered, but not anymore.
Well, now it comes down to the really, really difficult.
Well, technically, I've got double points, and I said you can do this, but you didn't add me.
Sorry, what?
I've got double points for mine because we agreed that we can do this, and I don't know if you've added any.
Did we agree? I don't have any double points.
I don't know why. I don't know why you didn't take that opportunity.
Because it's bingo. I've never known bingo to have double points.
That's fine. I won't count it as double points, but they are on there, just so you know.
Okay.
I think it was more out of just.
Beth just wants it to be known that if I do lose, I did have double points, so I could.
Yeah.
That's what
and I've got all of them ticked off because I've got all of them ticked off. So.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, fine. All right. Suit yourself.
Fair enough.
But, is that everything, or is there anything else?
I believe that is everything.
Yeah.
Right. Beth, do you want
just say if we're counting double points, I'm beating you by 1 point. Thank you very much. Anyway,
you know what? Fine.
Thank you
can
everyone.
take it out now. Fine, yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching, listening. Please go to all our socials. AV, could you put them on screen? Thank you very much. Brilliant. We will see you all not next week, the week after.
For Silverstone, which
Spain.
Oh no, sorry, for
Barcelona.
Spain. Not Silverstone.
Barcelona.
Yeah. Sorry, I forget. Because see, Spain was earlier last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah,
it was
about
earlier.
race or two.
But yeah, fine. Yep, it's Barcelona next, Catalonia. Looking forward to it.
So see you all then.
Yep.
Hope you have a nice week.
Bye bye.
Bye.